In 1972, Belgian organ psych trio Recreation released their second album, Music or Not Music, and from it, the instrumental suite Where is the Bar Clay Caligula Suite? I'll say the titles as they roll out. Kind of that really fuzzy, ominous sound from that thick organ and that I'm hearing like two layers of organ. It seems I'm hearing like one just really thick sustain, and then I'm hearing those keys, those kind of like old ice rink keys. Now we got this plop plop of toms, but still that that hi hat. Yeah, I guess he's doing that with his foot. It's amazing he managed to just keep on doing that and not get distracted as he started like putting in these other percussive elements like at a totally different time. Love that how they modulate underneath that piano motif. Kind of like a mixture of Exception and Super Sister. I guess we basically just have organ, piano, bass, and drum, and yeah, it's really full. I wonder how they get that wow, that sound. It's like he's choking the organ. A lot of minor keys, like G minor right there. I love that sound right there, that really distorted. Oh, that fading, distorted, like synthesizer sound. A Caligula suite in horror minor. Kind of a locked, kind of suspended type of movement right there. Now we got some open cadence organ with some like kind of plop plop caveman type drumming. Like A minor, F, G, D minor. Fade out, kind of blending into another piece altogether. It's kind of like wandering in a dark room in a haunted house. Sort of. like wandering through a dark, forbidden room. It's like really with cobwebs. Broken clocks. Ghosts. Droning sound. I gotta say, our organ guy right here is being very creative for the time, considering that he's using mostly primitive sounds for the era. Organ piano, Jean-Jacques Falaise, and guitar bass, Jean-Paul van den Bossche, and drums, Francis Lonneux. Lonneux. I love how that bass is giving us that smooth contour underneath that swirly organ. Okay, can you hear what the keyboardist is doing with each hand? He's playing a sustain with one, and then doing that swirly pattern with the other. That was a really welcome change and really abrupt too. We got that really kind of like driving, sort of rocking precision with that like kind of fractious, scribbly sound. Oh, fantastic use of like tape recorded, like shattered glass. Now I'm getting kind of a brain ticket vibe with like all this like noise and sound and incorporated and everything. Lions. God, they keep tucking in so many of these little sounds here and there. That that really staccato piano and how it plays against the bass. I just love that precision. And I love just the swirliness of that section right there. Funny enough, this is titled "My Grandmother Likes Andy Williams Too." Just throwing it around the different pieces. Yeah, that was a Recreation, three-parter there. The songs kind of just seg into one another. Where's the Bar Clay, Caligula's Suite in Horror Minor, and My Grandmother Likes Andy Williams Too. Yeah, from their 1972 album Music or Not Music. Yeah, making very creative use of the organ rock trio format. Yeah, not many bands in that vein, but it took a lot of let's just say you had to really have an organist who could really be creative and produce a lot of sounds simultaneously to keep things active and interesting and intricate. And of course, you had to have a really involved rhythm section because there was going to need to be a lot of counterpoint to make up for the missing element that listeners were used to in that era, of course, the guitar. Let's hear another kind of two tracks that kind of blend into one another here. And the producer got mad. Kind of a Leslie-like sound. I love how they use, in fact, I just playing this now. I guess they use this throughout the album. Yeah, it just sounds like motors and all kinds of. In the era, the pre-sampling era. Wow, it's just it almost kind of like had like sort of a feedbacky feel. It's like kind of once again, it's like an apparition or something. Now we're actually getting some guitar, yeah. The bassist who doubles up on guitar at times. And I quite like that fuzzy tone, that really thin, trebly, fuzzy tone, with those lyrical leads, and the pile driving of those toms. You recognize that riff by now. I like how this has been kind of like a leitmotif on the album. More noise, more layers. I love the epic, majestic quality of that piano part. Yeah, the contrast between the really grandiose, kind of lavish compositional element and the fractiousness of all that noise and found sound that's being employed over it, it's just a beautiful cacophony. It's like they're being sucked into a vortex, everything just... Bear in mind, that was titled, "And the Producer Got Mad," so an apt description, I guess. Epic, descending, open cadence chords, heralded, each figure of eight by that bass. Once again, Oh, those really like dirty, kind of distorted organ sounds, sustain. Some of those sounds were on like the first couple of Super Sister albums, I think, and the moving gelatin plates. Now, what is that? That sounds kind of like a harpsichordy setting, like on an early synthesizer, maybe. I love the how it plays against that piano. Yeah, that sound is coming out of my right, and the piano is coming out of my left. Oh, now we got 5 layers on. Then the bass comes up. That fluid bass, like bass line, comes up in the middle, and then that fuzzy, trebly guitar sound starts playing up above it. Every single one of them playing notes, all 4 of them, and then suddenly the snare. 3 guys giving us 5 layers here. I wonder how they do it. I mean, just all the overdubs. I can't imagine how they could have done this live. Notice how the bass is kind of like carrying the melody now. There was a pattern that was coming up, dun 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 dun. And then there's that kind of envelope-y sound. That was Glove Story by Recreation, and before that, blending right out of And the Producer Got Mad. Yeah, another chunk of the album. Yeah, from their 1972 release, Music or Not Music. And I guess those two are actually separated by sides on the original vinyl, but it doesn't really come off that way on the reissues, where it's all just like one continuous piece of music. Yeah, Recreation, Belgian band, put out 2 albums in the early 70s. The first comprised of lengthy instrumentals, several of which were covers of like tracks like Summer in the City, California Dreaming, Reach Out I'll Be There, but rendered very almost unrecognizable. At least to the bulk of it, it'll be like this, like kind of like lengthy exception, like organ instrumental, organ psych instrumental, and then like at some point a certain melody that you would recognize from one of those titles will peek out, but they don't do it the obvious way. They don't do it just the straight ahead like soul jazz way, where you know right away that it's kind of like. In other words, it's not just like Muzak-y covers or like Moog hits covers of pop songs. They're actually quite creative with the compositions, yeah. And I guess these players, unfortunately, didn't really do anything else. The keyboardist, Jean-Jacques Falaise, he, well, in the mid-'80s, he appeared on a Barris Manco album. And the bassist, oh yeah, there was actually, I guess 2 of them were, I guess the rhythm section was came from the 60s beat group Les Mistigris, And they backed they backed the Turkish uh, star on a few '60s singles. So this whole trio, and then later on, the guy who wasn't part of the band appeared on one of his '80s era albums. So yeah, this band has kind of a link to that. The Andolan rock god who did some rather interesting recordings during the 1970s, and that with that uniquely Turkish rock sound. Yeah, which I have yet to cover on this program. Come to think of it, Anyway, for more Rubies and Sapphires from the Recreation album, although I guess I'm funny enough, this record had been passing around on the internet with all the tracks mistitled. Yeah. So I had to kind of like reassess all over again which songs were the reds and which ones were the purples and such because I had because of mistaken song ID before. Yeah. But anyway, I see the directory of albums by Belgian artists linked in the description below for Red Hot Tracks and Purples from Belgian releases from this time period and beyond over the next 15-year time frame anyway. Like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and share the video, and leave a comment if there are any observations you have about the tracks that we just heard, the sequence of titles that we went through, the layers, the instrumentation, the counterpoint, the sound effects, the intensity, the best passages, and all that. And until next time, this is Zaragon, the world's most ear-traveled trimaximalist, signing off.